Hello everybody, my name is Fragile Toast here, and today we're doing comic book review episode 9. That's right guys, now. Today we're going to be reviewing Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. That's right guys, I reviewed issue 14 yesterday. If you want to check that out, there's part 1 and part 2 for episode 8. Or, I think this is episode 9. I guess, yeah, it's episode 9. If I said episode 9, yeah, whatever. But it's here, I'm going to review Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. And as you can see on the cover, we have Spider-Man doing battle with Superior Spider-Man. And before you watch this episode, I recommend you guys to watch the other episode so you can understand what's going on in this story. So that's just the warning. But now let's start with the review for Spider-Verse part 3. And maybe you guys are wondering, how many parts are there in this story? Well, it's 7 parts. It's supposed to be 6, but I guess in Italy they made it 7 parts. So the story starts with a Spider-Man 2099 series. You guys haven't seen that in a long time. Maybe you guys are a fan of this series. So yeah. So kicking off things, it starts off with the Spider-Man 2099 series. And just to tell you guys, the Spider-Man 2099 story ties into what's happening in Spider-Verse. So I recommend you guys to watch episodes 7 and 8 so you can understand what's going on. Otherwise, you won't understand. So, as you can see, this takes place in the year 2099, and we see Tiber Stone just relaxing because he got rid of Spider-Man 2099. But when he sees out the window, he sees Spider-Man 2099 and 2 other spiders. And he's confused because for 2 hours ago he sent Spider-Man 2099 to 2014, but the guy tells him that it can be like he could have been gone for years and days or hours and minutes, and then he's probably come back to this point. And yeah, because of time travel. You guys know what I mean. Time travel, stuff like that. And then we go over to Miguel O'Hara, or as he's called, Spider-Man 2099's brother. We see his brother, and then all of a sudden, Spider-Man 2099 comes in and talks to his brother a little bit, and then Spider-Man 2099 lets the spiders present him. We have the 6-armed spider, and we have Lady Spider. And if you guys remember in the last issue, Spider-Man 2099 and 2 other spiders, they were taking Deimos' body, or his dead body, to see how I can't talk. To study the body, but I don't see the body. They don't have the body, so it's kind of weird. And then Lady Spider talks to Miguel O'Hara's brother, and like nerds, stuff like that. And Spider-Man 2099 is going to find out more about these inheritors, but all of a sudden, Deimos comes in to kill the spiders, and then the 6-armed spider sacrifices himself so that the other spiders can escape. So yeah, 6-armed Spider-Man is out. And then they start fighting Deimos, but Lady Spider, she doesn't have spider powers. She wasn't bit or by a radioactive spider, she just made it. So Deimos can't take her power. And then all of a sudden Miguel's brother just shoots Deimos out. And then they go off, and then Lady Spider gives Miguel O'Hara's brother a kiss. And then Deimos getting angry, so yeah. And then Spider-Man 2099 tells Tiber Stone that activate the machines, and yeah. And then Spider-Man 2099 starts fighting with Deimos. Same with Lady Spider. Yeah, it's a full-on battle. And then they escape. And he has a plan. And then Spider-Man 2099 throws Deimos into the building. And Deimos gets electrocuted. And Spider-Man 2099 tells that you can't escape this. It's too powerful. And then he says... you are not going anywhere. And then, yeah. I don't know if this story continues in the next issue, but probably yes. But we'll find out, or yeah, we'll find out the continuation. But that's where the story for Spider-Man 2099 ends. Now we go over to Spider-Verse Part 3. So, if you remember in the last issue, Spider-Man or Peter Parker got spider sense and it was tingling, and the issue left off. Yeah, that's how it left off. And then we see that Spider-Man starts talking with the Superior Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden they start fighting. And then the funny thing is, Spider-Man's like, who you think you're gonna win? I'm gonna think Superior Spider-Man, 50-50 and stuff like that. I thought it was funny. They start fighting, and then Spider-Man tells him that kill me, and the Superior Spider-Man is like, no, I can't kill you from the past. If I kill you, I won't exist. And then Spider-Man gives him a punch right in the face. And then we go over to Karn, which we haven't seen in a long time. Last time we saw him was in my episode 1 and 2 for comic book review. And we see that he needs to kill all of the Spider-Mans before he can go home, because the father of the Inheritors, Karn, he can't go back because this is his punishment. He needs to kill all the spiders so that he can go back home. And yeah, and then it looks like Mulder and the father of the Inheritors are going to go and kill some Spider-Mans. That's a bad time. And then Amazing Spider-Man wakes Superior Spider-Man up, and then they start thinking of a plan. And then Spider-Man calls Spider-Man 2099, but he can't really contact him very well. So Superior Spider-Man gives this device that can stop the Inheritors, and then Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen are starting to talk of how they lost their Peter Parker and how they lost their Gwen Stacy. And then Spider-Man goes to Miles Morales and the Ultimate Spider-Man from Disney XD. He tells them that they need to go out and find other Spider-Man so that they can build up a team. And they didn't do that, and they end up in a cartoon world. And yeah, it's pretty funny how Disney XD Spider-Man does like these mini Spider-Man figures and stuff. But if you don't know where they are, they're in you know, the old cartoon, the old Spider-Man cartoon world. So if you know what I mean. But we'll go back to that story after you will see this story in part 2. So of how Miles Morales and Disney XD Spider-Man recruits the old Spider-Man cartoon man. And then we'll see that Mulder and Jennings comes in, and I almost forgot to tell you guys that Spider-Man, he isn't in the safe zone. He has gone to the Noir universe, you know, with the Spider-Man. You know, with Spider-Gwen and Spider-Girl, they've gone to tell Spider-Woman, if you remember. So, yeah, I'm just telling you guys. And all of a sudden, we see a new inheritor called Solus, and this is how it looks like. This is the father of the Inheritors. He's the most powerful out of all of the Inheritors. And then it's all out of war, and then Cosmic Spider-Man does battle, just wrecking. And we find out that the Inheritors, they have like a respawn thingy. So if they die, they respawn and stuff like that. And we see the Scarlet Spiders are going to infiltrate Genix building and destroy his clone machines. But you will find that out in part 2 of episode 9. And I will see Solus starts fighting Cosmic Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden he takes Cosmic Spider-Man's power and just sucks in his mouth. And then by the time we get to the end of part 3 of Spider-Verse, we find out that the Spider-Girl's little bar, if you remember, is the Scion. Oh my god. And then it says to be continued in the next issue, but I don't have the next issue yet. I'll stop here. So if you want to see more, go to part 2 to find out what's going to happen in the next part. So find out more in part 2, and I will see you in part 2. See you. Bye.